Hello friend, myself R.D. Mahajan, Assistant Professor, MIT, Aurangabad. In continuation with the previous part, let us see some more examples on the topic of Fourier sine transform. First example, find the Fourier sine transform of fx is equals to 1 by x. Function is 1 by x and condition is x greater than or equals to 0. Means x lies between 0 to infinity. Here we require to find Fourier sine transform. Therefore, Fourier sine transform is given by fs lambda is equals to root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity f of u sine of lambda u du. Using this standard formula to find the Fourier sine transform. Suffix s stands for sine transform and therefore it is equals to root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity f of u is 1 by x means 1 by u into sine of lambda u du. Rewriting this root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity replacing u by t. Therefore, it becomes sine of lambda t upon t integration with respect to t. Converting in the basic definition of Laplace, I can rewrite this term as root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity. We multiply this term by e raised to minus st mentioning the value of s as 0 into sine of lambda t by t dt, where the value of s as 0, e raised to 0 we get 1. Means no change in the value, only form we are changing, converting in basic or elementary definition of Laplace, and as per that it is root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt is nothing but Laplace transform of that function, and that function is here sine lambda t by t. Here we require to find the Laplace of this function, and to find the Laplace of this function, here it is divided by t using property of Laplace transform division by t. Okay, and therefore it is equals to root 2 by pi Laplace of f of t by t. As per that property, it is integral from s to infinity Laplace of this sine, and Laplace of sine is a is here lambda divided by s square plus lambda square and its integration with respect to s. It is lambda upon s square plus lambda square. Using standard result, lambda constant we take outside. Integration of 1 upon x square plus a square with respect to s is tan inverse of s by lambda and divided by lambda and limits from s to infinity. This lambda get cancelled. We get it is equals to root 2 by pi tan inverse of infinity minus s replaced by s, we get tan inverse of s by lambda, and it is equals to root 2 by pi. Value of tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2 minus tan inverse of s by lambda. Again, standard result from trigonometry, pi by 2 minus tan inverse theta is cot inverse, and therefore it is root 2 by pi cot inverse of s by lambda, and then at s is equals to 0, put s is equals to 0 here, it becomes cot inverse 0, and therefore it is root 2 by pi cot inverse of 0. Cot inverse 0 is pi by 2, and therefore it is root 2 by pi into the value of cot inverse 0. Value of cot inverse 0 is pi by 2. This is root pi by 2 into root pi by 2. One get cancelled, and therefore after simplification we get its value as root of pi by 2. As the sine transform of the given function f of x is equals to 1 by x as the required answer. This example is important as the exam point of view. Therefore, once again I will repeat the steps. Function is 1 by x, for which we have to obtain the Fourier sine transform. Therefore, Fourier sine transform, use the standard result. Converting in elementary definition of Laplace, multiplying it by e raised to minus st, mentioning s is equals to 0. This is the Laplace of that function. Function is sine lambda t by t. Then applying the property of division by t. As per that property, its Laplace is integral from s to infinity. Laplace of that f of t. Here f of t is sine lambda t. Therefore, its Laplace is lambda upon s square plus lambda square. Using standard result of integration, we get this one. Substituting the upper and lower limit, tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2. Pi by 2 minus tan inverse is cot inverse. Again, substituting the value of s as 0, we get cot inverse of 0. The value of cot inverse 0 is pi by 2 into root 2 by pi. We get final answer as root of pi by 2. Therefore, remember this, prepare this example very well. Remember this step. Find, next example, find a Fourier sine transform of function fx is equals to three into e raised to minus 2x plus 2 into e raised to minus 3x for the condition x greater than or equals to 0. Once again we require to find Fourier sine transform. Therefore Fourier sine transform is given by fs lambda is equals to root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity f of u sine lambda u du. It is equals to root 2 by pi integral from 0 to infinity f of u, replacing x by u, we get that term as 3 e raised to minus 2u plus 2 e raised to minus 3u into sine of lambda u du. Splitting this integral, therefore it is root 2 by pi 3 I can take as a constant term outside the integral sign. Integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2u sine of lambda u du plus 2 times integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus 3u into sine of lambda u. We call this as equation 1. We can write down this as 3 times first integral I1, we call this as I1, plus 2 times second integral, we call it as I2, and we call this as equation 1 instead of this, where I1 is equals to integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2u sine lambda u du. Again using the standard result, yes, the same whatever I have used in the first example. We know that integration of e raised to x sine of bx as e raised to x divided by a square plus b square a sin bx minus b cos of bx. Therefore, applying this, to apply this, compare and get the values of a and b. X is here u, a coefficient of u, we get minus 2 from this term. Sin of bx, B therefore as lambda. Substituting these values here in this, we get I1 as e raised to x means e raised to minus 2u divided by a square plus b square minus 2 square 4 b square lambda square a sin bx minus 2 sin of lambda u minus b lambda cos of bx cos of lambda u and limits from 0 to infinity, and it is equals to subtracting the upper limit, it becomes e raised to minus infinity. E raised to minus infinity is 0 into any term we get 0, first term is 0, lower limit 0, e raised to 0 1 divided by 4 plus lambda square sin 0 0 cos 0 1. Okay, and therefore we get the value of I1 as minus minus, it becomes plus lambda divided by 4 plus lambda square. Okay, we call this as equation 2. Okay, this is the value of I1. Similarly, we try to find out I2. I2 is equals to integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus 3u sin of lambda u du. Again, comparing this integral with this integral, we get x as u, a as minus 3 and b as lambda, and therefore it is equals to e raised to x e raised to minus 3u a square minus 3 square 9 plus b square lambda square a sin bx minus 3 sin of lambda u minus b lambda cos of lambda u, and limits for the outer bracket as 0 to infinity, and therefore it is equals to when we substitute the upper limit e raised to minus infinity, once again it is 0 minus lower limit for u as 0 e raised to 0 1 divided by 9 plus lambda square sin 0 0 cos 0 1, and therefore that value is minus minus, it becomes plus lambda divided by 9 plus lambda square, equation number 3. Using equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1, therefore equation 1 becomes this fs lambda is equals to root 2 by pi 3 times I1. The value of I1 is lambda divided by 4 plus lambda square plus 2 times value of I2. The value of I2 is lambda upon 9 plus lambda square as the required answer or required Fourier sine transform. Therefore, it is exactly similar to first problem, only here there are two terms of e raised to minus type of term. Therefore, for that we have to split that integral. First one as I1, second one as I2, and try to get values of this two integral I1, I2 by using the standard result. And whatever that values, put it in equation 1 to obtain the required result. All examples I try to explain how we can find or obtain Fourier sine transform. In my next video, I will discuss how we can obtain Fourier cosine transform. Therefore, if you are watching my videos, please like and share it, as well as subscribe to my channel for latest updates. Thank you.